All right, it's day 3 on Lake Fork. First 2 days been rough. We got here Tuesday. Today's Friday. We got out for a little bit of scouting trip on Tuesday. Found a few fish. 30 to 40 mile an hour winds on Wednesday limited a lot of our spots. We focused yesterday on some of the deeper secondary points in timber. A lot of live scope, a lot of jerk baits. Found some giants. Couldn't get anything to bite. So this morning, it's 57 degrees here in East Texas. Water's warming, water's rising. So we did a complete re-rig last night, and we are going to try to go shallow today. Bass should be pushing to spawn. Today's goal is we're going to fish in less than 5 feet of water. Definitely not our strong suit, but I think that's the way we're going to catch them today. So, going to be a lot of flipping, a lot of pitching, a lot of spinner baits. So we'll see what we get into.
You might have one. Oh, God. That's a pig.
I saw him set into it. I was like, that's a good one.
There you go.
Hell yeah.
Talk to you, put it on. Tell them what you did.
7-pounder, fishing up tight, fishing some highways, going into spawning areas, jig fishing.
Got him. Come on. That's going to be 4. Oh, he gave. Good God. Man, I told you that point, didn't I? I'm here. I wouldn't mind it peeking out a bit. There you go.
You ain't got a picture fish yet.
18? That's 15 for me.
Well, Fork definitely did not disappoint today. A rough first couple days. We hit high winds on day 1. You'll see that, so you've seen that in some of the video. Sustained 30 mile an hour, gusting to 50. Made running the boat very difficult. We got locked out of a lot of our spots that we wanted to be on. This is the first time Dad and I've been on Fork. We fished Texas before, but never Fork. Did a lot of studying. We expected a pre-spawn bite, but we expected fish to be a lot further out than what they were. We were fishing a lot of 12 to 14 foot areas, a lot of standing timber, throwing jerk baits, throwing live scope, drop minnows, things like that. We caught one fish second day. Once we got back out on the water, really couldn't get a bite. It was on us. We were on the wrong pattern. We decided the second night, looking at the maps, looking at the weather, we had a big warming trend come in on the second night going into the third day. Lows were down around 35, 38 degrees first 2 days. In the morning, the last day, morning low was only 55, and we had overcast skies. Water had risen about a half an inch in the last week. There was some fresh rain, warming water. looking at about 55 degrees. So we went shallow. We have not fished deeper than 6 foot all day today, and we have flat out caught them. We went up in the grass. I'll show you what we're using here. Went up in the grass, found them on small, very, very subtle points, looking at ditches going back into some of the spawning areas, looking at very subtle changes in the underwater topography. We were catching them where the water went from 6 to 7 foot up to 4 to 5 feet, looking at 1 to 2 foot elevation differences in your contour, mostly on isolated patches of grass. So I was not prepared to fish as shallow as what we did today. So every one of my fish today came off of this right here. Little 3/8 ounce flipping jig. That is a Missile D-bomb on the back of it. The color of that, if you can see it, is called grass candy. It's a purple and green flake look. Started rigging tackle at the Airbnb last night and realized that I was running short on 3/8 ounce flipping jigs. I have a lot of 3/4 footballs because we smallmouth fish. That's what I had. I realized I didn't have a lot of 3/8. So we stopped at a gas station in Yontas, Texas at 5 o'clock in the morning to get boat gas. I went inside to feed my monster and nicotine addiction, and they sell fishing tackle there. So I bought a handful of these, if you can see that. If you know who makes these, tag them in the comments. This is the best grass jig I've ever used. Impact Lures packs awesome jigs. Flat out caught them today. We've caught 21 fish. Dad's caught the majority of the fish, mostly smaller ones. He went extremely old school, which he already unrigged his stuff. Weightless Senko, throwing a Yum Dinger, not a Senko brand. Color is called Mardi Gras. Kind of festive for this time of year, I guess. It's a green Yum Dinger, 5-inch, has gold, green, and purple flake in it. Dad caught 17 fish today, most of them in that 1 to 2 pound range. I ran the jig 90% of the day. I only got 5 or 6 bites, but I put a 21 pound bag in the boat on that jig. So if you're coming to Fork, check out the little Texaco station in Yontas, find you some of those impact jigs. And for any of you smallmouth heads out there, when you come down here, fish shallower than what you think. It's smaller and it's shallower. It's a big lake. I'm a smallmouth head. You guys know that. That's why you follow the channel. But I was fishing big, fishing bigger points further out. These fish are up shallow, they're up tight, and as you saw, 21 pound bag today, and we flat out caught them.